Hi and welcome to NWTV.biz. We make online corporate interview videos for Northwest UK business. This is a regular show highlighting forward-thinking successful companies in our area. We have massive social media reach and all our videos are highlighted on YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and bookmarking sites like StumbleUpon and Dig and many others. We have 2 studios, a relaxed couch setting or a green screen, and the latest video editing technology to add logos and other details to the production. In each episode, every guest must give us a top tip so we can all benefit from what's working for them. So if you're interested in our services, get in touch. Today we spoke with Karen Biddulph, an experienced healthcare professional who has successfully set up Refine Beauty based on the Wirral. Welcome to the studio, Karen Biddulph. Okay, so you have a company called Refine Beauty.
That's right.
Okay, can you tell us how you got the idea for this company?
Yes, I can. I've got 20 years experience behind me as a healthcare professional. So first of all, I did nursing, and then I went into midwifery for the bulk of my career, really.
Delivering babies.
Yes,
fantastic. And
it was very rewarding. Enjoyed every minute of it. Got quite a few tales to tell. But the last couple of years, which was 2009, 2010, I started thinking, wouldn't it be good to do something different, to change tack somehow? And I've always thought it would be quite rewarding to have your own business, to be your own boss, and to do something you enjoyed and you had ownership of, and that could be yours. So I started thinking, should I make the move, shouldn't I? Which was initially quite a scary thought, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But once I'd had discussions with the family and I decided that's what I wanted to do, I just took the bull by the horns and left midwifery and started on a business studies course to begin with for 2 years. And I did that locally at the Wirral Met, thinking that I know nothing about business. People are talking about using all kinds of jargon that I'm not familiar with. I don't know how to market myself. I don't know the financial situation.
So you've never been in business before?
Never been in business, never.
Okay.
I just see people that I've got quite a few friends that are in business, and I thought that is something I'd like to do. How do I go about that? So just to get an overview really of what it was all about, the business world, I did this 2-year course and the tutors were fabulous, and I did say to them, I know I'm a mature student. There were some that were in their 30s as well though, so I didn't feel too bad. But I said to her, I want to set up my own business. I haven't got the baldest idea what yet, but with the skills that I have, I'm sure I'll come up with something. So lo and behold, halfway through the 2nd year, I stumbled really upon what to do by a friend of mine, which I owe a lot to actually. She had facial thread veins that were bothering her quite a bit, just a few little ones around her nose and her cheeks that she wanted to get rid of. And she went to a salon in West Kirby actually and had laser treatment, and after 2 or 3 treatments they were all gone.
Wow.
And she didn't tell me she was going for these treatments, and she rang me up and said, this is something you could do. And I said, I don't think. She said, no, really, just research it, just look into it. And so I spent the next 3 or 4 months reading up, finding a lot about it, finding out where the courses were held, and that's how I started sort of creating the business up really. As well as that, there was somebody on my course that had actually gone to Wirral Biz to do...
This is Wirral Biz in Commerce Park, yeah.
Exactly, yes, and they said, go along, speak to somebody, ask if you can go on a short course which will be more specific to running your own business rather than the bigger picture. This will give you specifics as to how to start it.
Your business plan, that kind of thing?
Yes, exactly. I did a good business plan which they were happy with, and I also got a grant to help me towards marketing myself, which was great. Yes, then I went to a company called Linton, which is in Cheadle in Manchester.
Okay.
And I did the training there. I did an advanced laser practitioner course there, and the rest is history really. It'll be a year at the end of April when I started the business, and I have no regrets whatsoever.
Wow.
It's been really enjoyable.
But is there times like the most normal business people have where they worry about whether it's going to be a success or not, and they have doubts? Did that happen to you?
Absolutely, big style. I mean, when you look at the state of the economy at the moment and you're investing quite a bit of money into good equipment, because if you pay cheap for equipment, you're not going to get the best quality, obviously. Okay. So I did invest in some good equipment from Linton. I actually bought the equipment from them, and I'd have not sleepless nights, but a pang sort of, you know, everybody must have a bit of a 2-second panic attack at times, thinking, sure. God, I hope this is going to work out. I hope I'm going to carry this off.
So it's not just the rest of us, it's everybody,
no, absolutely not. And you think to yourself, okay, if I buy the equipment and set this, how on earth am I going to get people to take me on? But me being me, I am quite chatty. I am a people person. I enjoy talking to people, and I do an awful lot of it. So I did, in fact, approach 2 salons and ask them, you know, would they be prepared to allow me to do laser treatments. We had a couple of interviews. They were delighted to take me on board, and then another 2 people actually got in touch with me because they'd heard about me, which was quite flattering as well. So I work now from 4 different salons on the Wirral, delivering treatments like this. So I'm doing quite well. You can always do better than I think than you do. So I'm always looking for more custom. But yeah, it's going well.
What percentage of your business would you say is referrals from other people?
A lot of it is word of mouth, to be honest with you. What I did recently, I work in a salon called Nail Heaven in Heswell, purely doing tattoo removals there on a Saturday morning. And in order to get my name out there and to get people to know me, because, you know, I had a website, but, you know, I need to obviously get the clients in. I actually went to Groupon and asked them, would they be prepared to put on an offer for tattoo removal, which first of all they were unsure, and then after I spoke to them for a length of time, they agreed that they would try it. So I provide a free consultation, what's called a test patch, to make sure that we get the right settings for the treatment, and 4 treatments at a very, very reduced price. They really did knock me down. But I was obviously aware that, you know, by putting an offer on like this, I'll get my name known. 4 treatments will not get rid of a professional tattoo. I know that. The people I speak to, I let them know that. So my thinking was, after the 4th treatment, they'll be satisfied and they will carry on and have further treatments. You need between 8 and 12 treatments for a tattoo removal. Okay. And I've got, the offer started in October, it finishes in July. And now I've got 8 customers that are continuing treatment so far. And out of 76 that I sold, I'm hoping that lots of them will. I mean, I'm not expecting everybody to carry on, but hopefully that's done me in good stead. So I'm glad I actually approached them.
Okay, so tattoo removal is one of your services. What other services do you offer?
I do IPL treatments, which is intense pulse light treatments, which includes laser hair removal, active acne treatments, skin rejuvenation. I remove facial thread veins and other vascular treatments like there's Campbell de Morgan spots, which are little red spots that you can get, or there's a condition called rosacea, which is similar to acne. Actually, Sir Alan Ferguson's got it, Alex Ferguson rather. He has rosacea. It looks very ruddy, and that's something that I can treat.
I'm not surprised looking after that football team. Anyway, so there are many companies doing what you're doing at the moment, so why should people choose you?
There are quite a few on the Wirral. I mean, I did do my research and check out where people were doing things, obviously to get my locations right, because I didn't want to be competing too much. But I think I've got a bit of an edge in having a background in healthcare. I think really, I mean, I've seen a couple of customers where I've asked them to go to their GP and ask for further advice before I would treat them, because I felt as if having a broader knowledge of medical conditions, one of the lady I thought an age spot she'd come to see me about looked a bit suspicious, so she went off to her GP. I don't think other people perhaps would do similar. I'm not too sure, but I think really the bigger picture comes into play there.
So it's experience, really.
It is really, yeah. I mean, I'm not telling everybody I'm an expert in skin. I'm not. I've read quite a bit around the subject. I mean, as you know, my thing was midwifery, and I could talk the houses round about that. But I think I've read enough now to know and have a few little guesses that something's not quite right, and I will not treat somebody if that's the case.
Okay.
That's one reason. The other reason is I've got some of the best equipment now. I've got 2 machines. One's a laser machine, which is tattoo removal. The other one is an IPL machine, and they are very good. I mean, you can get some of these machines very, very cheap on eBay and other places like this, but my equipment, you know, I have invested a lot of money. That's why I say to you, I was, you know, at times you'd have pangs of, oh my God, I hope this works well.
Yes.
But I feel that if you don't pay, you pay for quality. And if you've got a poor machine, it's gonna give poor treatments out. And so far, thankfully, I'm just at the moment getting testimonials off a lot of my customers, because there isn't anybody that's dissatisfied with what's happened, touch wood, so far. I'm sure there'll be somebody that'll come along and it won't work for them, because as I say to people, everybody's skin is different. The way their body works to get rid of hair, for instance, or tattoos is different. So it mightn't always work, but so far so good, I must say.
Okay, and the Linton training was pretty in-depth as well, wasn't it?
I did the Advanced Laser Practitioners course, and also I've got a contract with Linton, which is for 18 months, where I get my equipment maintained and assessed every 6 months. And I also have access to clinical practitioners to ask, you know, if there's anything I'm concerned about. I've been in business for a year, so I don't know everything. I don't think anyone ever does know everything, but I've got somebody that I can go to ask about things. They also provide regular study updates, which tells you what's going on at the moment and what's, you know, important to know. So that's helpful as well.
Great. So you're not only in Ros Tranfield in Wallasey, you're in some other shops as well?
Ros Tranfield, that's the salon that I actually had treatments done, so that's how I came to work there. Ambience is in Hoylake, and that's being running by a couple of friends actually that have known each other from school, and they're lovely girls, and they've got a really large clientele there. And the customer base, I thought that would be a good one to go to. So I actually approached them and had an interview, and they've taken me on the last 3 months, and it's going well so far. Nail Heaven, I've explained that I do tattoo removals only there.
And where are they?
They're based in Heswell.
Heswell, okay.
And then I also work in Bebington, and this is a fairly new establishment. The owner, Amy, actually did mobile hairdressing to begin with, and now she's branched out. And she is particularly interested in getting the latest techniques in everything really in her salon, and she actually approached me, and although things are going a little bit slower than in the other places, I feel as if I'm sticking with that one, because I think that'll come to good soon, hopefully anyway.
Great. So it sounds like a real good success story, and we love success stories on this show, but could you give us a top tip, something that you could say to somebody who's new in business, what really worked for you?
For me, I think being consistent in what you do is very important. Making sure you give individualised care, you make sure that person walks away satisfied. The other thing is very important is always answer calls. If you miss a call, ring them straight back. If somebody emails you, I get back usually on that day, if not the next day, because I know it's important for people to want to know the information. So that's what I would say. Word of mouth is a huge thing, and I think if you provide a good service, people talk to friends, neighbours, family, everybody, and your name gets around. So that's what I would say to do. Make sure you're consistent, make sure you provide a very good service, and hope for the best, really. Okay,
so these 4 salons you can be seen at is Bebington, Heswell, Wallasey and Hoylake.
Yeah.
Right, so if you would like to speak to Karen at Refine Beauty on any of the issues raised up in this interview, please get in touch with her in the website and the contact details on the screen right now. Thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you.